There you go. 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 Eagles, Eagles. Hello, everybody. It's your boy, the Green Talents, coming at you with a video that is, I'm not gonna say impressive or not impressive, but I'm gonna say good enough. Good enough for the victory the Eagles have got today. If the Eagles hadn't sustained this victory, two records would have been set. The Eagles would have snapped that streak against the New York Jets, who would have beaten us if the records were twisted around. It could have been them 33 and us 18, but instead it wound up us being 33 and they're 18. You know what I'm saying? So had that record flip flop, that would have been the streak that the Jets had snapped against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's one streak. The second streak, in that I hope it never happens. The Eagles have already lost to the New York Jets. Lost to the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium. Had we lost to them today at the same stadium by two different New York teams, which one is AFC and one is in our division in the NFC, that would have been a record itself. That would have been the first time in franchise history the Eagles lost back-to-back games by two different New York teams from two different divisions, two different conferences. That would have been a record in itself had the Eagles have lost today against the New York Jets. But we don't want to talk about the different records. We want to talk about what happened today. Now, a lot of y'all out there wanted to see Gardner Minshew. Well, you got your saw, you got what you seen, and you probably got a big old grin on your face right now, a bit like this, like that. Not necessarily. Let's not forget that Hurts is still the franchise quarterback, and the reason why he didn't play is because the ankle injury. He was given plenty of time this week to do it, but the ankle bothered him so to a point where he couldn't start. So they gave the startup position today to Gardner Minshew, who found out Friday that he was going to be the starting quarterback. So it ain't like he didn't know, but he was getting the reps at the beginning of the week. He went out and he played well. He did well. I may admit that. I didn't watch much of the game. I only seen the third and fourth quarter of the game. I didn't get the second half because I wondered how the hell did the New York Jets get 18 points on the Philadelphia Eagles, which means that they scored these points in the first half, in the first quarter, first half of that game. The Eagles didn't get a touchdown until I think they get the touchdown like the second quarter, I believe, or it might have been the third quarter. They had back-to-back score for touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Still with 18-14, New York Jets lead by 3. You know what I'm saying? Oh, 4. Yeah, by 4. You know what I'm saying? So, that what you look at. But, the Eagles managed to battle back and got 2 touchdowns scored by none other than Goddard, who did an impressive day, but I'm going to speak about him later in the video. But, I just want to go ahead and make this perfectly clear. I'm so glad that the Eagles did not lose this game against the New York Jets. Like I said, it would have been a record. 2 records would have set. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, now to get to the statistics of what I written down off the Eagles app. You know, since I'm going to get this started. So, the Eagles, like I said, the Eagles won the victory 33-18 over the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium. The same thing they played in last week when they lost to the New York Giants. Miles Sanders. Really? Now, the Eagles still had the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL as it currently stands. But before Miles Sanders went out with an ankle injury, God bless his heart. I hope his injury is not. Hope it's minor. I hope he can start next week. You know what I'm saying? But his ankle injury and the reason why he didn't press. So the Eagles went with Gainwell and Scott. So Miles Sanders, but like I said, before he went out with the injury, he had 24 carries for 120 yards. That's a 5.0 average. So you mean to tell me that with a quarterback who's a backup gave the opportunity for Sanders to run the football like this? This is unbelievable. 120 yards. The man had it. Miles Sanders have had a 100-yard rushing game since last season. This is his first 100-yard rushing game. And overall, I think he had 400 something, 300 or 400 something rushing this whole season alone, which is bad considering that the Eagles did not use Miles Sanders properly. But you use him properly with a backup quarterback when you could have used him when Hurts was starting quarterback. Then Kenneth Gainwell had 12 carries for 54 yards, a 4.5 yard average, and he had one score. So Gainwell went in after Sanders got hurt. So he got the rest of the 54 yards that Sanders could have had not been for the ankle injury. Then Garner Minshew had 4 carries himself for 11 yards, and that's a 2.9 yard average, which is not bad considering a quarterback who's not known for his rushing attack other than Hurts himself. Hurts averaged more yards rushing than Garner Minshew does, but he did throw for. He threw for 100. He threw for 242 yards from 25 passes, which means he only had 5 incomplete passes. Now, for him to have 5 incomplete passes, that's saying something, considering that Hurts couldn't toss the ball none of this season. He did more run than rushing. Like I said before, this is the first 20-yard passing by a quarterback in the last 5 games, I believe. The last 5 games. The last time the Eagles had last time Hurts threw for 20 yards passing, I want to say it was against the it was either the Chargers or the game before the Chargers. One of them two. That's the last time a quarterback had thrown for over 20 yards passing. Gardner Minshew threw for that, and he threw for 2 touchdown scores. And I'm gonna let you know which score went to later on in the video. But it just the crazy thing is, I'm looking at these statistics and I've written them all down, and my mind is boggling because I'm trying to figure out how they get a 200-yard passer when they could have had a clean pocket and let Hurts throw for over 200 yards or more. The man had been rushing the ball because teams have been getting in his face every time that he's back there. So the teams would rather rush the passer, rush the run than rush the passer when Hurts is in the backfield. That's what they would prefer to do. But I've seen highlights of the game just now of NFL Network or FS1, however you want to call it. They showed that Gardner Minshew wasn't that much in a rush. Because he got rid of the ball accurately. Like I said, mind you, the man only had 5 incomplete passes, but he threw for 20 of them. 20 was complete. The 25 were the attempts. So he threw for 25 attempts, but only complete 20 of them, but only missed 5. That's astonishing. Now, had Hurts threw for these type of yards every night, the Eagles would probably be in better position than where they are now. But we are 6-7, and that puts us now in the wild card race. I'm gonna speak about that also later in the video. But anyway, let's go back now to the all the pass cases, the guys who caught the ball. Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert. There he is right there. Dallas Goedert. The man caught 6 balls for 105 yards, a 17.5 average, and 36 yards was the longest that he has caught one pass alone. 2 touchdown scores. That's where Gardner Minshew touchdowns went to Dallas Goedert. He caught both. He caught one pass in the end zone, and I think he sprinted like 35, 40 yards, or probably less than that for the second score. So, if you look at it, and a 17.5 yard average, that's high. Cause I think the last time the Eagles have had that had this many yards was Zach Ertz, who's no longer with the Philadelphia Eagles, who's now currently playing with the Cardinals, who was traded to about 3 or 4 weeks ago, about a month ago now. You know what I'm saying? So then Quest Watkins. All these stats, and I'm finna tell y'all guys, and it's amazing, but it's mind-boggling. It's very mind-boggling. Quest Watkins, 3 catches for 60 yards, 20 yard per average. 28 yards was the longest that he had caught this season. That's a career high for him, but no touchdown scores. Gainwell, 5 catches, 33 yards, a 6.6 yard average, 16 yards was the longest that Minshew had talked to him in this game. No touchdowns. Miles Sanders. You know what? I can't remember the last time Miles Sanders even actually caught more than 2 balls this year alone. This man caught 3 balls for 22 yards, a 7.3 average, and 12 yards was the longest in this game that I'm currently speaking about right now. Devonta Smith only had 2 catches, 15 yards, a 7.5 yard average, 13 was his longest. So that means the second catch that he got was 2 yards. 2 yards. So that means the Jets did real well guarding. They put most of their reason why Goddard, Watkins, Gainwell, and Sanders caught these balls because the Jets rolled their coverage over Devonta Smith and in this entire game. That's what I mean. Like I said, I didn't even watch the game, but from the look of these statistics, it's evident that the Jets rolled their coverage to Devonta Smith, and that's why he only caught 2 balls, a 7.5 yard average, and that's kind of low because he normally his averaging about 9 or 10 yard average, 10 yards per catch. But 7.5 is low for him because, like I said, he only caught 2 balls, and that means that the Jets had put their coach real well against Devonta Smith because Devonta Smith has over 600 yards receiving this year. I think after the day he may be over 700 yards receiving all along this game alone. So if things keep playing the way he played, he could have a 1,000 yard season, or he could break Deshaun Jackson all-time rookie record, which stands at 901 yards. 901 yards or 90-some yards, whatever it is, Deshaun Jackson still owns that rookie record. Cause no NFL rookie receiver for the Eagles had never got 900 yards receiving in one season. Never happened. That's why that record still stands now. But Smith could break that record by season's end. We'll see how that works out. But anyway, last but not least, Jalen Reagor had 1 catch, 7 yards, 7.0 average, and 7 yards was his longest, which means that he caught the ball 1 time, which is not bad considering the 2 balls that he missed last week, which could have been wins. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good way of looking at that. And now the defense. Defense played horrible in the first half of this game, but second half they adjusted and they went out and did real well and kept the Jets out of scoring range. The Jets only had 18 points. They didn't score 18 points in the first half. They didn't score no points in the second half because the Eagle defense came out and did real better in the second half than they did in the first half. So let's get to their stats. T.J. Edwards had 8 tackles, 5 assists. Al Singleton, 8 tackles, 4 assists. Darius Slay, 4 tackles, no assists. He made all these 4 tackles alone, solo tackles. Epps, 4 tackles, 2 assists, 1 interception. Cox, 4 tackles, 2 assists. Now, I don't understand what's going on with Fletcher Cox, but the guy only got 2 sacks this year. And he normally up to about 6 or 7 sacks before season comes to an end. So I'm not sure what's going on with him at this moment. Something to get figured out. Like I said, it may be the defensive scheme that he playing. I don't know what it is, or maybe he's old. And he is 30 some years old. He's old. I think he's 29, 30 years old right now. So maybe age playing a factor in it. I don't think that's what it is. I think teams have found ways to double up on him, and maybe all the hits that he's taken over his career has done him in. Maybe that's what it is. Um, and then Rodney McLeod had 3 tackles, 2 assists. Anthony Harris, 3 tackles, 1 assist. Got 3 more here to go. 3 more here to go. Give me a few seconds. Oh, here we go. Okay. Josh Sweat, 3 tackles, 2 assists, 1.5 sacks. I can't recall the last time Sweat even had a sack. Might have been 3 or 4 weeks ago. Might have been. I could be wrong on that, but I think I'm correct on that. And then Maddox, 3 tackles, 2 assists. You know what? Just now, about 30 minutes to an hour ago, I went to the store to get something for a friend of mine, and I met a guy down there, and I went down to the store. I had on my Eagles jersey. The guy asked me, was I an Eagles fan? I told him, yeah, 41 years. And he said he has a nephew who played for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I asked him who. Guess who he said? Maddox. He said Maddox is his nephew. And I said, really? He said, yeah. He said Maddox went to some school up north. You know what I'm saying? And I said I remember him being drafted from University of Pittsburgh, because that's where he came from, University of Pittsburgh. And he said, correct. So he knew I knew all about Maddox when we started talking. It's been about a good minute, maybe 1 or 2 minute talk. You know what I'm saying? Because he's in the store buying something. You know what I'm saying? And I said, yeah. I said he just recently signed a new contract. He said, yeah. And you know, I asked him how do he know? He said, man, he got family members who he talked to from up north told him the news. I said, wow. So I actually met a relative of Maddox. Hard to believe, but anyway, like I said, Maddox had 3 tackles, 2 assists. Gerald Avery had 3 tackles, 2 assists. Tyron Jackson, 2 tackles, 1 assist. Hargrove had 2 tackles, 2 assists, a half sack, which he grouped up with Josh Sweat to get the other sack. Now, had he not gotten that sack, Josh Sweat would have had 2 sacks instead of 1.5 sack by himself. But anyway, Derek Barnett, 1 tackle, 1 assist. Ryan Kerrigan, 1 tackle. Oh boy. Ridgeway had 1 tackle, and then Zach McPherson, the rookie cornerback, had 1 tackle, 1 assist. Okay, now go to the kick return. Jaden Rager had 2 returns for 26 yards, a 13.0 average. 21 yards was his longest. Was his longest return. Which means the other 5 yards was 1, and that was short for 5 yards. Okay, then Boston Scott had 1 return for 13 yards, 13.0 average, and 13 was his longest. So that 1 return for 13 yards. That's not bad. You know what I'm saying? So, but punt return, Jalen Rager, 1 return for 20 yards, 20-yard average, 21 was long. Okay. Now the kicking. Jake Elliott was 4 for 4. 38 yard average, and 4 assists was his long. So that's good. He still had that leg to actually kick between a 40 to a 50 yard kick. He still has that good leg. That's good, because last year was a bad year for him. You know what I'm saying? He made more kicks last year than he did this year. I think he had two or 3 missed kicks this year, which is not bad. You know what I'm saying? And I think he had 1 unblocked also. Now the punting. Anthony Sapos, whatever his name is, he had one TOT for 38 yards, 30-yard average, and 38 was his long. So he only had one kick for 38 yards. That's not bad considering what all has happened today in this game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thrilled that the Eagles won the football game. You know what I'm saying? I'm thrilled, but I'm not happy. It's a difference between the two. See, you can be thrilled. Now, I would be thrilled if the Eagles had beat the New York Giants last week and then beat the Jets today. I've been more happy than thrilled. Right now, I'm happy because we now stand at 6-7 with the possibility of a wild card berth. Now, had we won last week, we would be 6-6 instead of 6-7. Now, you know what's now even better? The Eagles now got a bye week, and this win, they can build it and build it and build it because after today's game, they get one whole week off. And they probably going to go visit some family and friends with the whole week off. But then Monday after next, they got to come back. Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. I'm sorry, next Wednesday. After this week, they got to return. Cause like I said, you get the bye week, you're off one whole week, and you get a couple of weekends after that. But after this week alone, they come back next Wednesday. And time to get ready for the Washington Redskins, who is right now playing. I'm sorry, I watch Redskins. I don't know why I'm saying Washington Redskins. I mean the Washington football team, who is now currently playing the Raiders. When I last looked, they were up on the Raiders 7-0, and that was in the second quarter. You know what I'm saying? So both teams playing good defense, but Washington having them struck first. That's when I last saw before I came in to make the video. So. Like I said, I'm thrilled. I'm not happy. We won the football game 33-18, and Jonathan Gannon still has some issues with the defensive scheme because he played some soft coverage in the first half, but in the second half you're gonna you're gonna get more aggressive in the second half. When you should have stayed aggressive in the first half. I think at 18 points shouldn't have been there. I think it should have been the Giants shouldn't even have no mean. The Jets should have no more than 3 points scored. If the Eagles had been aggressive in the first half and stayed aggressive in the second half, the Jets would still be at 3 points. The Eagles would probably still have more. Eagles would probably have more sacks and probably would have more interceptions and fumbles. From what I saw in the highlight reel. I mean, you only get so many chances to beat football teams. You get so many chances. And sometimes your chances run short. The Eagles lost to the New York Giants last week. We'll play them again down the road. So that's another time when we get them. They're going to be in Philadelphia, and we're going to beat their butts like they stole something. But like I said, anyway, we're going to play the Washington Redskins. And Washington football team. I don't know why I'm saying Redskins. Washington football team. The football team, I think we do play the New York Giants. So we'll get them soon enough. But again, the thing is, Gannon is still burning a hole in my socks because the super fact is, he's still playing these soft zone schemes. He don't realize quarterbacks like Zach, the quarterback that we just played, this Zach character, I think he threw for over 200 yards, I believe. I think he did. If he did, he came close, but he did throw 2 touchdown scores. You know what I'm saying? So that's. I mean, you only can allow teams to do so much, and you only can do so much. So Gannon need to get the hell off the brakes and start letting these guys full go. You need to let these guys rush the passer, get to the quarterback, get to the running game, get tackles for loss, sacks, fumble recoveries. I mean, we need all of this. Defense needs to be geared up and ready to roll. I'm tired of seeing our defense getting beat up in the first half of every game, and all of a sudden in the second half, you wait for them to come back in the second half and start rearing it up. That's too many chances. You keep that. See, lucky we played a Jets team. Had there been a high scoring team like the Dallas Cowboys, like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the 49ers, the Kansas City Chiefs, all the teams that we've lost to, you keep playing soft zone coverage like that, we're gonna be down by so many points to points that we won't be able to come back. And that has happened a few times this year. I'm really tired of seeing our defense get beat up like this in first halves. I'm tired of it. Gann need to get up. Like I said, Gann need to get up off his brakes. He need to start letting the brakes go and let the defense get up the hill and get these guys on their asses. Cause I'm sick of it. I don't know how many times I can speak about this on every video, but that highlight reel, that first half highlight reel, really burnt me up. It really did. But second half, I guess second half matters. I guess, but to me, first half matters, and second half matters because the first half, have you been aggressive in the first half, it will be 3 points instead of 18 points. And that's a crime, damn shame. So Gannon, you need to get up off your butt and let this defense do their jobs. Let them rush, blitz, do what must be done to win football game because we only get so many chances. Now to speak about the main situation, I made the video in the first place. Gardner Minshew, 242 yards, 2 scores. Do we have a quarterback controversy? Do we have one? I don't know. It depends on what the fans feel because see, earlier in the year, the fans wanted to see Gardner Minshew play. That's what they wanted to see because Hurts was not playing up to par in the first 4 or 5 games of the season or 6 games of the season. That's what they wanted to see. Now, Hurts got hurt last week against the New York Giants, and he played today. But now I want to know what everybody out there feel because it kind of 50-50, split between Hurts and Gardner Minshew. Now, Gardner Minshew performed pretty well. He did really well. The question is he starter material? We don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, he was a backup when he was in Jacksonville. Remember now, when he was in Jacksonville had Foles. Foles was supposed to be the starting quarterback there, but Foles kept messing up. And Gardner Minshew took over and started 3 of the last 4 games, through the last 4 years that he was there. And so now they got a new quarterback who they drafted this season, and they shipped Gardner Minshew to us for a draft pick. I really don't know what to say about for Gardner Minshew and Hurts, but all I know is it's 50-50, it's split. I'm sticking with Hurts. That's what I'm sticking with. Anybody else that they want to go with the Minshew train, go ahead, cause to toot that horn. Cause right now I'm sticking with the Hurts Express. I'm sticking with this team. 41 years. 41 years. And I don't jump ship on players that very quickly. Hurts got to be really, really bad the next 4 games for me to even say Hurts is really no good. I'm not gonna put him down like that because he is the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's me. That's how I feel. That's what I think. That's what I say. And for anybody else that want to go with the Hurts, they want to go with the Minshew train, that's your prerogative, not mine. So without any further ado, I'm going to end the video on a higher note like I always do, depending on the situation. The Eagles won the football game, 33-18. Minshew, 25, 5 incomplete passes for 242 yards, 2 touchdown scores. Sanders, 24 carries, 120 yards, which was a 7.5 yard average, which is the most he's had all year. The man has not had 100 yards rushing until today. Goddard finally lived up to his contract. 6 catches, 105 yards, 2 scores. So, you really can't beat that. I'm sorry, 6 catches, 105 yards, 2 scores. Wow. 24 catches, 120 yards, no score. Yeah, so I got everything right for us. I'm concerned with that. But anyway, comment, like, share, subscribe. And as always, put the notification bell on top. When I make a video, coming direct from me to you. This is your boy, the Green Talent. And as always, fly, Eagles, fly, baby. And we are out because we're on a bye week. And I'll be making videos on a constant basis between this week and going next week and see how everything goes on. I will be making videos. I'm not gonna stop making videos Eagles content, but I'm just gonna make them. I'm just gonna take a while to rest because the next videos I make gonna be mostly fun videos, not pertaining to the Philadelphia Eagles unless there is a transaction. So peace. Holla at your boy, and we are out of here. EAGLES Eagles.